everybody, and welcome back. My name is Curseof, and welcome to another episode of Is This Viable? And today we're bringing a fan favorite deck to the fray. Me and Terramaster are going to talk about Flame Wingman.
Now I just removed Avion and Burstinatrix from play, and I can summon the elemental hero Flame Wingman!
And not only Flame Wingman, but also Sparkman Fusions.
Sparkman Fusion!
Sparkman Fusions! A fusion substitute. Imagine getting a fusion substitute. Crazy.
Imagine getting a good fusion substitute, but you know, let's not talk about that.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
but Terramaster.
why are you? That's okay. Yeah.
Terramaster, you built these decks. I actually had nothing to do with the building of these decks because I've been busy. So why don't you talk to us about them? Tell me about them.
I tried my best. I did some test hands. I did some simulations in my head. Obviously, those are the best kind of test.
Yes, they are. They are.
So it ended up going like people were like, "Oh, here goes something. Is the new Jaden skill." Potentially,
it is the new one.
Could be used with a Flame Wingman to OTK, and I'm like, yeah, it could, but is it going to be consistently? Probably not. So the most consistent way to summon Flame Wingman I found is to get Avion and Burstinatrix as fast as possible. That's where you use Rhoda.
And this card,
and
really cool card.
Yes, Fitting Room, which is a cool card, but
it is.
Unfortunately, it's just not enough. Then it was, hey man, running Recycling Plant and Poly was actually very clunky in my testing, in my head.
I forgot this card even existed, man. I forgot this card even existed at all.
Yeah. And then we have Fusion Gate. Yeah, no, really old card. We have, so Fusion Gate was the choice there. And it does turbo out Flame Wingman, as you'll probably see right now in the background. It does get him out. The issue is, once you get him out, he's not a good enough monster.
What does he do? What does he do, man?
He must be fusion summoned, which is, sure. So
Thanks.
So can't cheat him out with Waking the Dragon, which is, oh no.
Oh no.
When he destroys a monster at battle and sends it to the graveyard, you inflict damage equal to the attack of the destroyed monster. So that's where the OTK comes from, where Flame Wingman has a bunch of attack points. It can do a bunch of damage, but he doesn't have a bunch of attack points, and the skill only gives him 800, and that's it. So like, think about the situation here. All right,
I'm thinking.
You have to have your opponent has to have multiple monsters.
Yep.
Okay. You have to draw the correct hand to summon Flame Wingman. You don't have room for back row hate, right? Which I guess you're saying, but you have the traps. You could. Well, no, because you need Metaverse for your combo. So you have 3 slots. You're going to put those 3 slots into Cosmic. Every time you don't get Flame Wingman, you guaranteed lose. Because you have no protection at all.
Fair. Understandable.
I did think about that.
Understandable.
Right? So you have no back row hate. And if you do have back row hate, you have no protection. Either of which is really bad. And you're relying on a 2900 monster to win you the game through back row, and only if opponent has multiple monsters.
And it's only for that turn. It's only for that turn. It's not during your opponent's turn either. So if you don't kill them, well, on the back crack, all you gotta do is deal with a 2100 beat stick. So it's a side draw.
It is. It's literally a side draw, which is another reason for the Wall of D, right? You could argue the Jester Break should be taken out for like another Wall of D or a Book of Moon or something. But that's the argument for Wall of D, is that Flame Wingman is really weak. So if you don't kill them on the crackback, you can weaken their monster and do more, and maybe kill them on their turn.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky. But that's really the hope with the Wall of Disruption there. And then obviously the Jester Break is in there for like, if you don't get to go into Flame Wingman, you can actually just summon Avion in attack mode, set a back row, and they'll totally never know what it is.
the Jaden Yuki special.
Yes, exactly. If only we could normal summon Avion in defense mode, it would literally be the Jaden Yuki special.
Yes.
But yeah, that's the deck. You wanna go into matchup?
So you'll only see one matchup played out here, which is the one versus Moth. I'm right off the bat, this deck can't out Moth unless it has skill plus skyscraper.
Yeah. And running more than one skyscraper is bad because you'll draw it instead of fusion gate.
Doesn't hit combo.
So yeah, so don't do that.
don't play more than one. Just draw it.
Yes.
Just draw it. Just be a good duelist.
Just draw it. Just be a good player. Exactly. Easy.
At least going into the sideboard here gets a little bit better with the Mind Crush and the Creature Swap, and even Santa Claus is honestly kind of necessary because like dealing with Moth is a whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And this deck is super
Also,
susceptible to Defusion, which a lot of people are playing in the side. Because
not to mention, I do want to say Santa Claus actually gets run over by the boosted Flame Wingman.
it does. It does. It does
so
actually get that.
Congratulations, I guess. But
And just another thing to bring up too, Flame Wingman has such a small defense, man.
yep,
Book of Moon
he gets
and
booked.
anything runs him over.
Book of
Alpha,
Moon,
the
Floodgate,
Magnet
Sphere.
Warrior, runs him over.
Dude, forget Alpha. Giant Soldier of Stone
Giant
attack
Soldier
mode
of Stone
runs him over. Yeah, that enough said. Right?
Enough said. And unions. I mean, when this card destroys a monster by battle and sent it to the graveyard, what if they are equipped with something, Terramaster? What happens then?
He doesn't destroy them in battle. He doesn't do burn damage. And he just stands there and becomes very confused as to why he's going to be destroyed next turn. By battle or card effect. Or both.
Or both.
Yes. So there's that.
So
yeah. the skill doesn't do enough. Jaden got robbed.
the skill does nothing.
It's sad. Look at his face. He's so happy too. He has no idea he's gonna lose.
He has no idea he's going to lose.
But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. So the skill does not get through the union protection. For any of those of you who wanted to potentially say that, it doesn't. Once each.
Nope. You cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn. So like no like battle phase tricks of like, hey, I already activated the skill. Now let me flip up my trap card to summon another monster. No, none of that.
Illegal.
Nope.
Illegal.
Yeah.
And that's why this is also just completely better than Poly, because you can't even defusion and like extra try to OTK if you wanted to go that route. Terramaster.
Yes.
Is it viable?
No.
No.
No, not at all. It's trash.
But don't worry, guys.
Speaking of-
This is a two-part. Maybe the next deck's viable. Let's move on.
Yeah. I was gonna say, speaking of trash, this is Sparkman Fusion.
Sparkman Fusion. Terramaster, what
This
does
is the
this
only
deck do?
This is the only deck I found that could make use of Goddess with the third eye. So, hooray!
Hooray. I guess.
I guess you could technically also use Goddess with the third eye in the Dragoon deck, but that's probably just bad. So this deck has the second Jaden skill.
Yeah, no, that would just be terrible. That's just one less protection for Dragoon. Not
I know,
irrelevant
right?
to this video, but yeah.
Yeah, that's why I just no, it's not even consideration. Okay, so the second Jaden skill, which is
Bad.
I just like to call it Hero Tag.
Understandable.
This one at least has potential in the future
Yes.
because we're totally getting Stratos in the midterms, Copium.
Yes. And Shadow Mist, both.
And Shadow, yes, both. And Mass Change, right?
Yes.
'Cause
You
Mass
need it.
Change.
You need it. You can't get Shadow Mist without Mass Change, so.
Exactly. All right. So yeah, this deck actually had this deck. This deck does not have potential. This skill does.
Just
what the deck
go
does-
straight to the point here. This deck does not have
so
any
what the deck
potential.
does, it essentially runs not 3 Sparkman, because you have the 3 Sparkman, not 6 Sparkman, because you have the 3 Rhoda, but because of the skill and Clayman, you are running 8 Sparkman. So you may be saying, but Terramaster, what's your boss monster? Well, your primary boss monster is to get Sparkman and the Goddess. It's to summon Plasma Vice. Now, why Plasma Vice? Plasma Vice does 2 things that are not bad. So,
It does what Thunder Giant does.
yes, it does Thunder Giant, does, but
And then
better.
more.
But better, right? Because Thunder
Yes,
Giant,
yes.
if we look at Thunder Giant really fast, which is the secondary boss monster, so if you don't draw Sparkman, or you don't draw Goddess, and you draw Spark and Clay, or Clay and Goddess, then you can go into Thunder Giant instead. Thunder Giant discards a card and targets a monster on the field, but only with attack less than the attack of Thunder Giant itself,
Yes.
right? So only less than 2400. Now, if you want to boost up Thunder Giant and waste an entire card on an equip spell, then that's on you. but Plasma Vice has the upgraded effect.
It does.
Because it would normally require a blade edge, but that's why we have our girl here, the goddess.
Our girl, yes,
Where
of course.
You can discard a card to target any attack position monster your opponent controls, including our nemesis moth.
You can. It does
straight
have
up
a moth
just
out.
Destroy it. Yes. So, and also does piercing damage. So slightly better than Flame Wingman? Hell yeah. Good enough to be playable? No.
Hell no. Hell no.
Hell no. Yeah, there you go.
I mean, you guys will see in the replays, they're consistent at what they're trying to do. You're summoning Plasma Vice. You're summoning Flame Wingman. You're summoning Bad Giant. But
yes, Bad Giant.
It just doesn't do enough ever.
No, it doesn't. Because the monsters aren't good enough. The skill doesn't make the monsters better.
No.
It makes them slight. It doesn't make one of them doesn't even make them easier to summon. So like it's. I mean, this deck, the only benefit is it has more room for like Book of Moon, at least. But even that's like, okay, cool. So you can do piercing damage now, but what did you really accomplish?
Good job.
Nothing.
Nice job, man.
Nothing. You didn't accomplish anything. You had done nothing today.
You booked them, and now you can't even pop them with your monsters.
Nope. Exactly. So how good is it? I don't know. But yeah, same logic with the Wall of D and the Just Break. Like your monsters are weak; they're 26 and 24, so you need them to be able to survive big monster, get hitting them. And Just to Break is obviously don't fuse, only have Sparkman. Sure. Mirror Force. Yeah, but yeah, that's it. That's all I got. It's not viable.
Neither one is viable. The Jaden skills are bad. This, like Terramaster said, this one has potential if we get the 2 previously mentioned heroes added at some point.
Yes.
It can actually do a lot. But until then, you know what, Terramaster? Is Jaden Yuki viable?
Jaden Yuki is not viable in Duel Academy box format.
There's your answer, ladies and gentlemen. Jaden Yuki is the worst protagonist.
Is it me, or does Speed Duels really disrespect the main characters?
It really does, man.
No love.
No love.
No love. Yeah. Just terrible.
Just terrible.
All right.
But,
well, I got nothing else to say. I will just say I'm very disappointed that Elemental Heroes were so bad.
Yeah, they needed some skills, and they got skills, I guess. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you, Terramaster, for joining me for Is This Viable? We have one more segment remaining of Is This Viable for you guys. I'm going to be posting a poll later today for you guys to vote on what you guys want to see for the next episode of Is This Viable. So stay tuned for that. Please look out for that. Vote, and go check out all Terramaster stuff. It'll be linked down in the description. And yeah, it's been a blast talking about bad cards.
Yeah. More GX content, more talking about bad cards, even a video with cursive in it, maybe. Yeah, I have that.
He has that, yes. We'll catch you guys next time. That's a wrap. Peace.